Be creative with crock pots. That's the idea that I want to convey to you. When you're cooking with a crock pot, be creative. Make it delicious. I follow a few simple rules when I cook with a crock pot. I don't know if you call them rules, but sort of strategies. First, when I get boneless meat, I recommend using boneless meat with a crock pot. I find if you put only things in the crock pot that you can eat without having to, work around stuff, it just makes it easier. But, some people don't mind the bones. I personally don't like them, especially like if you put in a turkey leg. It just makes a mess in my opinion. And it's a big hassle. It's a lot more trouble than it's worth, even though you probably save a little bit of money, maybe. Second one, make sure you have enough liquid. I usually like to put a combination of water, olive oil, and then some lime or lemon juice. And with the just a little bit of olive oil usually, not a whole lot, just a little bit. And then in my personal experience, I recently discovered that you can, rather than having to soak beans to cook them, or legumes, you can just drop them right in. And then if you cook them for 5 to 6 hours, they'll be edible, and you don't have to soak them. Again, don't take my word for that, but that's my personal understanding, and I'm doing that right now. So I hope I'm not wrong. And also, of course, put some vegetables in. Some of my favorites to put in are, I don't know if these are all technically vegetables, but they're close enough. Celery, carrots, potatoes, onions, and then I'm not trying to think if I've put much of anything else in. I've put and you can go in different proportions if you want to mix it up. Rather than if you use a crock pot frequently, I use it pretty frequently. Rather than do the same thing every time, you can change the proportions up. So one time putting a whole bunch of celery and just a little bit of carrots, and another time putting a bunch of potatoes and a little bit of carrots, then another time putting a bunch of carrots and just a little bit of celery. You can mix them, you can mix it up. You can really make it be quite a bit of variety. So, and I mostly cook with pork and chicken. Like right now I have some beef in a crock pot, but mostly with pork and chicken. So again, you can mix it up that way. So it's like, as long as you're changing little things, each time, it's like you can have a different meal each time. So it's sort of fun that way. You start off with sort of a pattern and you change it and be creative with it. Also, don't make sure you don't make the crock pot too full. That's important, of course. Read your directions to know exactly how much water and how full you should make it. Read the directions of the crock pot. And then lastly, I'll tell you about the spices. So when I first started using a crock pot, I'd put in, I'd use garlic powder, and then pepper, and then a little salt, and then some rosemary, and then some thyme. But I found that took a lot of extra energy. I'm going to end this quick. But what I've basically done, I took an empty spice container and I pre-mixed spices. So I put in mostly ground garlic and pepper and a little bit of salt, and then rosemary, thyme, just a tad of cinnamon, and it was good. So anyway, I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Yeah, be creative with crock pots. It's good stuff.